And hey guys, what's up? Man, it sure is a nicer day today than it was yesterday. I can even step outside of the canopy and not get soaking wet. And it is warm today. It's about 66 degrees. It's supposed to be 70. Chance of rain a little bit later today, and from the looks of it, I do believe it. I'm standing here in front of these beautiful pieces of machinery. X, Dolores, Fiona, 13, Crystal, Franny, Trisha, Marla, Candy, and don't forget about Betty inside. And we've got 11, 12, and Whitney over at the farm, and we're gonna be heading over there tomorrow, do a little bit of work. I got some pieces in, I got some stuff collected up, I got the Trailblazer, my work truck over there, getting loaded up today. I had a little incident with a gallon of diesel fuel treatment, so it's a little stinky in there and it's a mess, so I'm going to get everything out of it. I'm going to reorganize, load up all the stuff that I'm going to need for tomorrow, and get ready to take that truck to the farm. But today, as most of you saw on yesterday or this morning's video, and you'll see again on tomorrow's video, the progress or the lack of progress that I've made with the brakes on 13 here. I had a little incident with some broken S-cam bushings. I did send the S-cam over to Fleet Pride to see if I could get some new ones. He's going to order me some, but I am going to use the old one. There's a little bit of wear in the shaft, but it's within spec, so we're going to put some new bushings in there. When they come today, we'll get the shaft back and the new bushings, we'll stick them in, and we'll slap some new brake shoes on there. We'll slap a new drum on. I did end up going with the drum that had the 1-inch bolt holes versus the 3/4-inch bolt holes. I've asked around some long-time semi-truck mechanics, people who do it for a living. It's not uncommon. And what was told to me is the clamping force of those 10 lugs hold that wheel solid. You don't have to worry about it chucking around on the studs. As long as the pilot diameter is accurate, which it is, and if you were to look at the old one, it had the proper stud diameters, but not the proper hub diameter. Pilot, that's the center hole. That needs to fit the wheel properly. That one is 1/4 of an inch too big. So I have the proper pilot diameter, but the improper lug diameter. And sure, I could source some drums with the proper lug diameter, but I'm told it doesn't matter. And that's by several people who do that stuff for a living. I don't know. If you have a comment about that or some knowledge about that, feel free to share it with me. I actually just responded to a comment where the guy said he wouldn't be comfortable with it that way, and believe me, I told him, I said I feel the same way, and so that's why I asked a few other people. And anyways, share if you do have some input. I do appreciate it. But anyhow, I'm just going to kind of hodgepodge around a little bit, get things ready to go. I put these mud flap brackets on yesterday. I'm going to pop them back off real quick, sand up the area where it bolts up to, and throw a little paint on there, and then put those back on. We'll do that real quick. I got a couple of tires I need to beat up. Yesterday I was just frustrated. I couldn't get them to beat up, so I just left them. We'll do those. We'll get the Trailblazer cleaned out. We'll get that stuff loaded up. I'll kind of show you some of the stuff that I'm bringing with me over there. And hopefully the brakes come, or the S-cam comes in a timely manner. We get that put on, get this truck back on wheels and tires, and get it moved. I'd like to get the forklift out here, move some trucks around to get the driveway arranged, because at least one truck's coming home tomorrow, possibly 2 trucks, and possibly 3 trucks. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, guys, let's get after it. Now I want you guys to know I got chastised today by Jessica for wearing the same shirt that I had on the other day. I mean, I did launder it, but she said, you know, you have 100 shirts. Why you wear the same one? I don't know. Alright, so got her wire wheeled off, and I'm just going to I'm gonna use a little rust converting primer, and you know, basically I'm just gonna get this area treated, and we're gonna wire wheel this whole frame down at some point, and get a coat of paint on there. But for right now, we're just gonna do this this little horn. Now we'll let that sit up, and we'll just treat up some of these spots. Alright, now I see one of the bolts is missing off of the off that little bracket down there, so we'll have to get after that. We'll let this primer set for an hour or so. You know, guys, if I could remember to turn the camera back on every time I turn it off, it'd be super cool. So if one of you guys could just remind me, hey James, your camera's off, that'd be great. So sorry, I wire wheeled this without you. Dang it, I'm always doing that too. But, you know, sorry. I'm not perfect. I mean, I'd love to be. I wish I could, you know, wish I could just snap my fingers and not be an idiot. But it's not the case today, unfortunately. Today I'm still just James. Alright, and we'll let this sit, and we'll move on to something else, and we'll come out here and scratch a little paint on there. Maybe I'll do this cross member too. I don't want this to turn into painting the truck today. I got other stuff to do, but I would like to get this cross member done. All right. All right, so my parts came. You know, some of my parts came. I'm gonna stand right in your way because I need to get these two off. Because what happens is these bushings, they go in from the back. Modern bushings, plastic. No surprise. So I'm not sure. It's a lot of weight, kind of. All right, so while we're working out here today, we did hit the 30,000 subscriber mark, which is super cool. Do appreciate you guys liking and commenting and subscribing onto the channel. 30,000 is a big number. I was hoping for 50,000 this year, but you know, that was a big ask, and so I am super pleased to have reached 30,000. Yeah, so thanks guys. Amazing what a little bit of heat will do for you. Okay, so I was wrong. Ouch. Been wrong before. We'll be wrong again. I thought that the bushing came in from the other side, and apparently it doesn't. It does feel like it should come in from the other side, but I don't know. Okay. No big deal. Couple things. This spring goes from shoe to shoe. These rollers, they set in here like this. These springs go from shoe to shoe, which, you know, these springs will get at the end. And you should put some anti-seize on this stuff, so we'll grab that real quick. You know, you don't want to get too carried away with anti-seize. You don't need to look like the Tin Man when you're done. But I like to look like the Tin Man. I like to do a little anti-seize in here. You know, doesn't hurt to get a little anti-seize on this pin. Yeah. Hook it on here. Okay. Get it in there and get it up on here. Okay. And then take my two other springs, put my glasses on. Okay. I get me a spring, put it in here. And I get my spring tool. Put them on like that. I don't know why. Oops. Kind of knocking you out of the way there. Okay, so I put a little gear oil on the bearings. Filled that little center section. It's not enough. It'll get me by for a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the initial torque on this nut and make sure that bearing is pulled back. The initial looks like that seal is all the way into the machined section. Alright, so according to the World Wide Web, this is the jam nut dowel pin type. And so the torque is pretty easy. It's initial tightening to 200 foot-pounds while turning the drum or the hub, which I did, and then back it off, full turn, and then tighten it. Oh, I screwed it up. Tighten it to 50 foot-pounds and then a quarter of a turn, and I forgot the quarter of a turn. So we're going to do that quarter of a turn now. Okay, so it's a good thing that I re-looked, as I was telling you how I did it. I realized that I screwed up, so I had to start over. So I loosened it up, spun it a bunch, and then started again. So what we have is we have 200 foot-pounds initial torque on the inside while turning the hub. Then you back it off full turn, and then you tighten it again to 50 foot-pounds of torque while turning it. Then you back it off a quarter, and then spin your wheel, and then you put your dowel washer on the dowel pin on the groove, and then you tighten the outer nut to 300 to 400 foot-pounds, and that gives you your final preload on your bearing. This one feels a little tight, but I don't know. You're supposed to check the end play. And so what you do is you put a magnetic base indicator, dial indicator on, and you spin and pull, spin and pull, spin and pull, and then you check your readout and you pull on your hub, and it should be between 1 and 5 thousandths. But you know, I have never been able to make that a reality. So what we'll do is this feels a little tight. Feels a little tight. I mean, it still spins good, but I don't know. It's not too tight. It'll be fine. So what we'll do is we'll put the axle in, we'll put the drum on. We'll put the clips in the slack adjuster. We'll grease it up. We'll set the brakes on both sides. Grease this rear axle really good. And then we'll take this truck down, park it on the hill so that we can oil this hub up. You don't want to drive these things with no oil in there. It'll smoke that bearing, smoke that spindle, and pop them wheels off. So we'll just go and park it on the hill and let it roll into there. Then we'll take this for a drive. I gotta get 10 more gallons of gear oil. I'm out, and I gotta get some because I want to drain. I want to take this truck for a drive, 20 or so miles, get this stuff all warmed up, and then drop that oil and refill both these hubs. Probably do the trans too. But okay, so what I gotta do is I gotta get under here and I gotta get this this pin in this hole. And I have to So we'll put some wheels on, and I started it up and put the parking brake off. So it's a finger biter for sure. But anyways, we'll grab the jack, we'll let it down. Now, I'll go in there and adjust some brakes right quick while it's up. Go. Get underneath here, grease this thing up. Okay. All right. And that. brakes feel good. You know, for the most part. Parker brake holds nice. Brakes feel good. It's nice. I think those were backed off quite a bit because JP was worried about flipping the S-cams over, which is probably a good thing because that drum was worn really bad. That drum was worn out as well, but the shoes were bad and the S-cam was almost all the way over, just at rest. So it's probably good that he did that, but now that all the brakes are working, I think it'll be a lot more drivable. So we're gonna let it sit over there for a minute. Let some oil go into that hub. We might run it down to the store and back and then park it in line. The extra driveway is nice. It was mud right here and grass. I'm in the grass a little bit with the rear tandems, but for the most part, it's good. Candy will actually be moved down here. The cab overs moved down, and then I'll put this long-winded sun gun up there. That's it for now, guys. I appreciate you. Thanks again for 30,000 subscribers. Let's try for 50 for next year. It'd be super cool to have 100, but let's just try for 50 next year. And appreciate you guys watching. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And you know what? Let me tell you, that little thumbs up icon. And I've been watching some guys who are very successful, and Diesel Creek is one of them. I don't know if you guys subscribe to him, but I really enjoy watching his stuff. And he's very adamant about the thumbs up icon, the like, helping the channel. And if I could get everybody who watches the videos to just go up there and click that thumbs up, it doesn't cost anything, and it does help the channel out a lot. And I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see ya.